Sarasota's housing market is entering its most balanced phase in almost 5 years, and the power is definitely shifting from sellers to buyers. After months of price drops, we finally start to see signs of stabilization. Single-family homes sold median prices stabilized at $475,000, while condos is about $300,000, which is a double-digit reduction year over year. But beneath these numbers, we see two very different stories. While luxury properties are finding its footing, the more affordable neighborhoods are seeing properties sitting on the market longer, and sellers are cutting 7 to 10% of asking price. Hi, my name is Lily Wallman, your dedicated real estate agent in Bradenton and Sarasota areas. If you would like to stay on top of what's going on in the real estate market in Sarasota or Bradenton, please make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any local information. Now let's dive into October 2025 Sarasota real estate market updates. Let's first understand some key metrics. First is the median price. That's the midpoint of all sales, half sold for less and half sold for more. And months of supply indicate how long it will take to sell all inventory at current pace. If it takes less than 6 months to sell all inventory, that's a seller's market. If it's more than 6 months, then it's a buyer's market. Right around 6 months, that's a balanced market. Time to contract, also known as days on market. So that's days from listing a property to accept an offer. It's a direct measure of market speed and buyer urgency. Sales to list ratio. That's a percentage of asking price seller actually received. It shows who holds the negotiation power and how well homes are priced. Inventory and active listing. That is how many homes are available for sale on the market right now. And close the sales, that's the number of homes that are actually closed or sold at any given month. Now let's dive into the single-family home market. So the median sales price in September was $450,000. It's a 6% reduction year over year and also a 6% reduction month over month. In terms of months of supply, it's sitting at 5.2 months. It's holding steady and it's moving toward a balanced market. In terms of time to contract or days on market, it is 62 days. So it's a significant increase year over year, but improved slightly from previous month. Sales to final listed price is 96.6%. It's holding steady both year over year and month over month. However, if you look at the final sold price compared to the original listed price, it's sitting at 91.7%. So it is worse compared to a year ago, but holding steady compared to the previous month. So sellers' expectation really needs to be adjusted. When it comes to close the sales, in the month of September, there's 613 homes got sold, and it is actually a double-digit increase year over year, but about the same as last month. The number of active listing, meaning the available inventory on the market right now, is it's at 3,224 houses. That's a 5% increase year over year and 5% decrease month over month. So there's no clear indication in terms of market trend. It's a mixed bag. Some are improving, some are not. It signifies a soft landing, nothing dramatic. This is a single family home 12-month trend. It's a comparison between the sold homes versus available inventory. As we can see here, the 12-month trend shows a distinct seasonal patterns. Both inventory and the sold numbers of homes peaked in pre-summer months, like March, April, May, but tapers off after summer. So month over month, inventory has decreased steadily, and so did the sold numbers of homes. And let's now take a look at the final sold price as a percentage of final listed price versus originally listed price. And this is also a 12-month trend. So as you can see here, the chart shows a significant gap between the original asking price and the final adjusted listing price. It indicates that sellers are being too aggressive at the beginning, but had to adjust to align with the market. Let's now take a look at the condo market. It is clearly a buyer's market because if you look at the month of supply, it's sitting at 8 months. Remember, anything above 6 months is a clear buyer's market. Median sales price is at $315,000. It's a 15% decrease compared to a year ago. However, it's a 5% increase compared to previous months. Time to contract namely days on market, it's 97 days. So the situation has continued to worsen, added a full month compared to a year ago, and added 2 weeks month over month. Sales to final listed price, it's at 94.8%. So buyers are holding negotiating power, clearly. And final sales price to the original listed price is at 87.7%. So it's a huge gap between sellers' expectation versus market response. And close to sales is sitting at 229 homes. It's a slightly better situation compared to a year ago because it's increased 6%. However, compared to the previous month, it's a slight decrease. Available inventory as of now is sitting at just below 1900, and it's a 7.4% increase from a year ago and a 5% decrease from a month ago. So this data, again, it includes condo, duplex, townhome, and a villa. The market has shifted significantly, favoring buyers, obviously, and the condition is much worse for seller than the single family market. Just as we did for the single family home market, we do a comparison between the sold number of homes versus the available inventory. It's a 12-month trend. The seasonality for condo market is also sales and inventory both peaked at pre-summer months like April and May, but then tapers off after summer. And combined with how many days it takes to sell a condo, probably the end of the year or beginning of the year will be a good time for you to list your property if you want to sell. Then here's the sold price as a percentage of final list versus original listing price. This is also a 12-month trend. And as you can see here, the gap between those two percentages is even bigger in the condo market than in a single family home market. Condo sellers really need to readjust their expectation if a smooth and quick sale is desired. So why are homes taking longer to sell? First of all, buyers have more inventory to select from, so they can take their good old times, search until they find their dream home. And when it comes to negotiations, because all market data is favoring buyers, they definitely hold more negotiating powers. And of course, there are several factors that are deterring the buyers. Things like a higher insurance premiums, still pretty high mortgage rate, utility costs, and HOA fees are creating hesitation, especially in the condo market. When it comes to mortgage rate, the rates are still above 6%, even though it dropped somewhat, but it's not enough to pull the trigger for a lot of buyers. On the macro level, so as I said previously, mortgage rate relaxed somewhat, peaked at 6.56% in August and dropped to about 6.3% by the end of September. It is a relief, but not enough. And local employment rate is sitting slightly above 4%. It remains healthy, but the upward trend combined with higher borrowing costs explains buyer hesitation. National inflation has been 3 to 3.5% through the summer of 2025. Of course, it's much lower than the peak in 2022, but still higher than Fed Reserve's 2% target. So when the market is not friendly for sellers, it's a golden opportunity for buyers right now. As we said previously, more inventory gives buyer more negotiation power, especially in the condo world. The market offers significant value with double-digit price declines. However, how long will this buyer's market continue? No one knows. Once the Federal Reserve drops rate, people flock into Florida for whatever reason. Price may go up and inventory may go down. Bidding wars may start again. Especially the governor now is on the mission to eradicate the property tax. Once that happens, buyers will flock to Florida. The market may not be as friendly to buyer as it is now. As for sellers, yes, the market is not very friendly right now because all the negotiation cards are in the buyer's hand. But that doesn't mean it's all doom and gloom. You just have to keep in mind we need to price it competitively from day one, because if you have to keep reducing your price, that just adds more stress and not a good feeling. On top of that, you need to maximize presentation impact. Staging, curb appeal, and professional marketing make the crucial difference in today's market. And it's very important to declutter and remove personal preference in order to help buyers envision living in the house that you want to sell. Even though we need to strive to put the competitive price on the market from day one, we may still need to be prepared to negotiate on price, terms, and timing to secure the right buyer. And work with professionals who understand how to position your property in this transitional market is also very important. If you'd like to stay on top of the Sarasota residential real estate market or thinking about moving here, let's connect. I have put together Seller's Guide, Buyer's Guide, Sarasota Relocation Guide, and a Relocation Toolkit, all free for you to download. You can also book a call or text me, and I'll be more than happy to chat with you. Please also make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bells so you won't miss monthly report like this. Please also check out my other social media platform like a TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, where I feature a lot of local businesses so you know what's around. And I'll see you next month.